Oh, goodness. Hey, guys. I know we're running like a minute late, so forgive us here. We're just doing some technical difficulties. We know how technology is, but we really appreciate you for being on our show today. We have some of our friends that are going to be jumping in a little bit later, but you know where we at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Central. Honor your health. That's what we're doing today, right? And this one is the Thanksgiving edition. So we're going to help you out this week because we all know that people are traveling to their family and friends, and there's going to be a lot of food going on, a lot of football going on, a lot of, just hugging and loving on each other. So we're going to take that time to do that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to introduce myself, and I'll share briefly about my folks here, but then they'll introduce themselves too. So I'm Coach T, that most people affectionately know me as Coach T with the red glasses. Yes, I'm rocking some red today. Terrell Sally Holloman is my formal name, and from Living Loving You Well is the name of my company. I live here right in the Northeast, which is raining right now, which is all good. And I am your blood type lifestyle health coach. I'm an author of Embarrassed to Empower, a healing lupus story. It's great to say that now. And I'm also a speaker. So I am so glad to be here. And my coach friend is Kim over there. And my other coach friend is Coach Tammy over there too. But they're going to explain and share with you who they serve and what they do. So go ahead, Coach Kim.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Yes, I am Coach Kim. I am your Kingdom Financial Coach, and my assignment is to empower professional women and moms by bringing freedom to their finances in order for them to relieve from financial distress. Over to you, Coach Tammy.
Well, greetings and salutations. I am Tammy R. Nobles, and I partner with businesses and nonprofit organizations to enhance their brand identity, create tailored solutions and strategies, elevating digital marketing. And so I am so happy to be here today. And over to you, Coach Jamal, Pastor Coach Jamal.
Hey everybody, it's so great to be here and to be on the stream with you all. I am Pastor Jamal Maxim, Igniter of Champion Leaders. My assignment is to ignite believers who are called to leadership in the ability to operate in their gifts, partner with God in the supernatural, and dominate and take their sphere of influence. And so back to you, Coach T.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us, Pastor Jamal. This is the first time my brother in Christ has been on this show, so we definitely are blessed and honored to have him here. We know Coach Tammy has been on our show before too, and I failed to let everybody know who I serve, so let me share that really quickly. As a blood type lifestyle health coach, I definitely work with professional women, business owners, and leaders, and helping them heal their bodies from disease using the blood type way of doing it so they thrive unapologetically as they walk here on this earth. So let's get this party started for this edition of All My Friends here. I'm so happy that you guys are here. And we have two questions on the table. And guys, listen, first of all, we're streaming on three different areas. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and we're also on YouTube. So I would really appreciate, can you guys do us a really good favor? If you're really blessed by this show and how we bring value, can you share it out to a friend? Can you invite a friend? Can you like and comment? And I'm sure we're sharing it on our personal social media too, so that everyone can get the benefit, especially this holiday season. There's so many people dealing with so many different things, and we just want to add a little light and some guidance with regard to how we can honor our health. Okay, so let's do that. So the question here today that we're going to kind of go around the room in is that, and I think Coach Paul is here. So let me add my brother here too, because I just saw him. So forgive me, Coach Paul. Let's get you on and popping and rocking and sharing with everybody who you are and, and what you're about. So I apologize. I didn't even see you in the back studio, so I apologize. So go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Now we got Pastor Jamal in timeout. I'm just saying. So listen, I am Coach Paulie Barr, your next level mindset coach, and I'm super excited to be all up in here with my family. You know how we be cutting it up. I'm just saying. So I'm just super excited to be here. I know I'm coming in late, but I apologize. But listen, we just gonna rock this out, and I'm excited for this conversation. I didn't get what the two questions were. Again, I'll just digress, and then I'll get in the flow in a second.
No, we're gonna. You didn't miss anything at all, Coach Paul. We're just going to flow the questions right now, and like you said, we family. You know how we do, so we're just gonna flow with this. So the first question, because this is the season of Thanksgiving, which I feel Thanksgiving is every day, but we know how the world might be thinking. But anyway, I wanted to share with us this question. We were talking about it. Coach Kim and I run this show every week at 4:30. And we're kind of preparing for this particular forum for today, knowing that Thursday is really big here in the United States. So we're thinking about it and we're talking about it. And the question we came up with is, who do you need to forgive this Thanksgiving? Because we know a lot of us are going to be around family and some friends who sometimes can step on each other's toes or might say a little thing or something. And, you eating around the table and somebody got something to say about something that happened 2 years ago or even 10 years ago. You're like, yo, I thought we squashed this. Like, come on now. So I just really felt in our heart to, really take some time and really talk about that. I don't believe a lot of people talk about who we can forgive or how we can be a little bit different. How can we really walk in the walk that God has us here on this earth to really reach out to another person that probably in our eyes, we sometimes feel that, maybe we don't want to, but it feels better for us to forgive. So anyone can start with this question as we flow in and out, because I got another question for y'all, but start with that one. Who do you feel you need to forgive this holiday season, this Thanksgiving season? And I'll definitely mute my mic for that one.
I'm going to reverse that for myself, because just today I received a call. Well, I received a text from somebody in Messenger. So I didn't really know if it was them because, people be getting hacked. So this is the second time they tried to reach out to me. And I said, okay, if this is really them, let me use my phone. And I text them. They said they had something to say to me. And I'm like, okay, I haven't spoke to you in like 4 years. However, with this right here, who do you need to forgive? They actually called me because they want to apologize to me. I'm like, I had to think like, what? But I remember the incident now. And I'm like, wow. I guess, they have the same Holy Spirit, which everybody does not. And but that's a whole nother conversation. And they were asking God, who do I need to forgive? And look at that. And here's the question. And so we had a conversation. They explained what happened and why and all of that kind of stuff. And I said, well, I'm glad you listened to Holy Spirit. That's the main thing, to be obedient, when it comes to saying, hey, and I had to receive it. Think about that. It's a twofold thing here. She's offering, saying, hey, I need you to forgive me. And I have to say, yes, I forgive you. And I think that a lot of times there's some people that don't want to, because they got pride and some other stuff working them, that they don't want to do that. However, today was the day. So this is a great conversation that we're having, even when it comes to forgiveness. And I yield.
Wow. Are we just gonna keep rolling? So Kim, that was awesome. So my forgiveness lies within self. So this holiday season, this Thanksgiving season, I'm really going to be focusing on unplugging from everything and walking in this space of forgiveness of self. Because what I realize is for years, especially when I was working within my previous career, so for 14 years of that space, my family took the back seat of my career. And so whatever was necessary or deemed necessary for the career to continue to flow and grow, that was the priority. So this year, I'm flowing in the space of forgiveness of self and shifting my priorities and keeping the main thing the main thing.
Listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump on in. That's what's up. Um, and I think it's a very good question. I love what you said, Coach Kim, and what you said, Pastor Tammy, because I would say for me personally, I don't in this season there is no one I need to forgive because I have this discipline of forgiving quickly and releasing quickly, whether they apologized or not. I have made the decision that I would not allow myself to hold an offense because holding an offense will keep me in what my apostle calls as a maze of offense and the offended zone, which will hinder me from operating in the gifts of God. And so I'm very clear on I make the decision daily that whatever comes my way, I refuse to get offended and I'm going to operate in the love of God. And so I'm very quick to release and not hold forgiveness. Now, it might hurt a little bit, but then at that point, it's like, look, Lord, I trust you to heal me because I didn't like it. It wasn't right. Heal me. Vengeance is yours. Justice is yours. You deal with the hearts of men. And so I don't really have people I need to forgive in this season. But I also like what you said, Pastor Tammy, about really unplugging and making sure family is the main thing versus having time away from work but still working and not being able to engage in the moment. And so that's actually my same intentionality this week is to make sure that whatever needs to get done is done prior to the break. Whatever doesn't get done before the break is going to be waiting on me when the break is over. Because our lives is more than, see, let me say it this way. Purpose and destiny is more than the fulfillment of assignment. It's also how you live your life and enjoy this experience because God has purposes and destiny for us. And we have to enjoy the process and enjoy the experience. And so I'm beginning to become more intentional about that to ensure that I live a life with no regrets. I don't want to minister to millions, but my family don't know me. And so, but on the flip side, I don't want to have this great family life and I don't fulfill the call of God to others. So there's this balance that we all have to walk in. This alignment is a better way of saying it. And so this season, I'm very focused on being in alignment in all of those areas.
Well,
I love that. That what you said. A couple of things I want to say, huh? A couple of things I want to say before you get to that, Coach Paul, is that when Coach Kim was talking about how that person reached out to her, that first of all, that took a lot of courage because we know sometimes, people. She says 4 years ago. So this person's been working on this, having this sense of whatever it is, and actually did it. So I'm glad she felt released from it, right? And then, like Coach Tammy said already, that she's unplugging during this time because she wasn't she's putting her career before her family. And I definitely feel that because years ago I was in that zone of, going partner track with a big CPA firm. I had no time for the family, doing all the things, trying to be a mom, doing all that, and it didn't work. I mean, my body was aching. I didn't have a good, clear, conscious, emotionally and mentally in my life. It messed up certain relationships and stuff like that. So I'm glad that you said that because I'm sure that set somebody free today, Coach Tammy. And what you said, Pastor Jamal, and I learned this from Coach Paul. I believe it's during the time you did the discipleship or something like that, Coach Paul. And you were talking about how taking each day to forgive. And that's what I've done ever since then. Each day I ask God, who can I forgive? How can I, walk in your walk and whoever has offended me, let me just quickly let it go because it does affect us in our health. It affects when you hold on and don't forgive, it gives you stress. Some people eat more, some people don't eat enough, some people, go to drugs and alcohol, whatever, and when we take the time to release that and forgive, really forgive from the heart, it's almost like this freeing thing, this liberation or whatever you want to call it. It's just a very freeing way to be. So when we honor our health, it's also with regard to really forgiving others, and you do it more for yourself than you do it for them. So I want to thank you. And I know Coach Paul has some things to share, so I can't wait to hear what he has to say with this one. So go ahead, Coach Paul.
That's what's up.
Go ahead.
Just all of these conversations, every bit of it has really blessed me. And I am going to jump in just like Pastor Jamal. Throughout this year, there have been some instances that I've had to ask for forgiveness from some people. And sometimes it's the things that we don't even realize that we've done, right? But to have that maturity to not please don't take this wrong, but not having to wait till this time of year, because what happens so many times is, well, it's Thankful Thursday, so today's the day to be. No, it's like Paul, and I'm talking to Coach Paul here, right? Listen, every day you got to make that conscious effort every single day and check your territory, check anything that is not clicking properly. And so I love the fact that the 12-week discipleship did work for people if they do the work, right? It's a daily check-in to say, okay, who do I need to forgive? Do I need to forgive myself? Do I need to forgive somebody else? Or at the same time, does somebody have to ask me for forgiveness, right? And that's the place where sometimes we allow the enemy to come in. We're like, no, there's got to be those moments too, because it's not just us, right? The Bible even says if your brother has aught against you. Come on, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's both sides. It's like the flip side of both stories. And so that's what I've been able to do. And in those moments where an individual say, this is how you made me feel, I didn't come in a defensive way either. I let them express, because I have no right to tell them you shouldn't have felt that way. No, those are your feelings. That's your heart. Because when we get into that space of, well, you shouldn't have felt that way, like blah, blah. No. Allow them to feel. Allow people to feel, and then listen to it, and then say, hey, all your points are valid. Now, if I can express my thoughts of where I was and where I'm at now, so please forgive me again for doing so, but all we can do is move forward from here. Now, if it's a constant conversation every time we talk, then that's a whole different conversation. Okay, you need to put down the turkey leg, okay, because that's not going to happen up in this house. All right. So the truth is that we as kingdom, we have to consciously look at ourselves to say, okay, that's too much pressure on my brain to be carrying around some stuff. It's just it's just too weighty. And once you turn 50, I'm on the 51 lane now. It's like, I ain't got time for all that, man. I got things to do. So I hope that answered your question. Man, this is just so good. With that, I yield the mic.
Yeah. Listen, Coach Paul. I love it when he said, listen, I'm 50 years old. I ain't got time to be messing with you people. And I felt like that at one point in my life too, because when I hit 55, I kept saying to myself, there's no way I'm going to allow folks' problems be my problems. I'm not going to allow somebody to derail or try to delay or whatever what I know to be true, which is the Lord. And since I've come into this community almost 2 years ago, I can actually say I definitely have matured a lot more in reference to people offending me and decreasing, getting what we call defensive. Like you said, Coach Paul, sometimes, you don't allow people to really share what their feelings are and you're really ready to almost like pounce on them. So I'm learning that each and every day to get better with that. And it really is something when people take this time of the year to work on that, when they can be doing that each and every day, and not letting it mount up over 3 years, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years. I mean, whatever the number is, because all of that weight, like you said, is sitting on top of them. And what has happened to their health? I'm telling you, people have high blood pressure, diabetes, right? Autoimmune conditions, cancer, whatever you name it, is going on because you holding this guilt, or you holding this unforgiveness, and it's not good. And we are a kingdom community here. And we're very proud to say that we are believers. And as we walk that walk, as Christ has taught us, forgiveness sometimes might not be easy, but we still do it. It might not be easy, but you still do it, right? So I'm glad everybody. Is there anything else anybody want to share before I go to the next question? I don't want to cut anybody off.
Yeah, Coach T, I would like to jump back in on what you just said. You said forgiveness is not easy, but we still do it. The scripture tells us that we need to forgive. And I find it funny that when Jesus was telling the first apostles and the disciples about forgiveness, their response was, Lord, increase our faith. And so forgiveness is a decision, but it's also an act of faith. Because we might feel some type of way about the person, the event, and how the stuff went down. But the thing is, it is an act of faith to forgive somebody, to say, look, I release you and I forgive you, and I release any and every offense that this thing may cause. That's an act of faith. It means that I am trusting God with the reality of the fact that He causes things to be made right. That if I wasn't treated right in this situation, that He's going to make that up to me and for me. And if something was happening that hurt me, He's going to heal me and then cause me to continue to keep going forward. And so a lot of times we think forgiveness is an emotional thing. We think we gotta feel it in our emotions, that we have to really feel like, oh yes, I really feel this way about this person that offended me. No, it's not emotional. It's a faith decision. And so I just wanted to share that.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize that. I'm always learning from you guys, Pastor Jamal and Pastor Paul. I'm telling you. And did you guys notice? I don't know if you guys noticed this, but our two gentlemen here both have the same hairstyle, right? So we know they be rocking hard with their hairstyles, right? So we want to congratulate them on that. We love you guys. We love you guys so much. So the next, anybody else?
Hold on. Why you got to pick on the bald-headed homies that are underdressed? I'm just saying, okay? You over here messing with us because we underdressed. Y'all look like you on like NBC or something.
Just like this, right, Coach Kim? We usually dress like this. We usually got a little something going on, but you know how we roll. You know how we roll.
He show up like he America's NBC watch news with the whole mic set up. So every time I'll be like, I'm getting I got next on the microphone. That's all I know.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I love this. I miss y'all so much. Y'all don't even know. So the next question we have, and like I said, if there's anything else you want to share while we're talking, definitely put it in. Another question I had during this time was that, how do you prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually for this time? Yeah, because I realized too, as we start this season of Thanksgiving that goes into the other holiday, for Christmas, and then we have the New Year. So it's really 3 months of all of this. How do you handle yourself in situations? How do you handle in terms of, especially physically, with the food and the working out? Do you work out more? Do you work out less? Do you eat more? Do you eat less? How do you handle certain family members that kind of get under your skin and stuff like that? So that's my question for everybody. So whoever wants to go first, you can.
I'll go ahead and jump in there. And when you were talking, what word came to me was boundaries. That's how I'm going to handle everything. Boundaries. And part of my boundaries is I already started making phone calls to who I want to reach out to. So I am not slammed just because it's Thursday. Yes, we already know we're thankful 365 days. We know that. So I'm creating boundaries. And that's one of the things, the power of no. I'm not going to everybody's house. This year, I'm pulling back. And just as Pastor Tammy said, taking care of me. And that's what I will be doing. I'll be taking care of me. I'm confessing now, I will not be overeating. All these people are hearing my confession. I will not be overeating. I'm going to take it with stride. I am going to work out that day, and I'm going to work out the day after because I have the opportunity to, extra time to work out a little bit longer than I normally would. And those are some of the things I'm going to do is create boundaries. I pass it on.
So the number one thing that I'm doing to prepare is I've pre-decided what I'm gonna do. Now I am on this new, it's not even really new. So this different space of health, right? I've pre-decided what I will allow myself to eat. I'm not gonna overeat, but I am going to have some things that I've been waiting for this moment. But I'm going to I've pre-decided in that space though. I've pre-decided about my water. I've pre-decided about what that looks like. I've pre-decided in my head, if one says this to me again, she's going to say that and she's going to flow in grace. So listen, it's real. I've pre-decided because I'm not going to allow someone and their thinking or even my own limited, formerly self-sabotaging thinking move me from this journey that I'm on. I'm kind of like Coach Paul. I'm not in the 50 lane yet, but it's only months away. And so God has granted me this far. So I have to come out of agreement with some things as far as like this, the time to just overeat, just do all of the what? No, this is my temple. I respect my temple. It's taken me a little while to get here. And I'm pre-deciding that even though this is what the day our society has taught us that this is what this day is for and about. No, I've pre-decided some things that I am going to do, set those healthy boundaries to allow myself to do, and also not allow people to do as well. And not you.
Oh, love that. Love that, girl. Love that. Love that.
Listen.
That is really good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love that too. That's awesome. I love how you said you pre-decided. For me, I approach holidays very differently. I don't like doing a lot of fuss and stuff around the holiday. And that comes from just when I was a child, because I used to see my grandmother do that, rushing around, spend all day cooking. And then by the time she's done, she too tired to spend time with everybody. She upstairs sleep. And so that carries with me. And so for me, when it comes to the holidays, I stay in chill mode. I keep my discipline of working out. I keep my discipline of prayer, and I just pre-decide. I eat as much as I want. I don't stuff myself, but I do use this day to get some sweets. I normally don't eat and things like that. But I just kind of decide to maintain an environment for the presence of God, even when I'm having fun, even when we're playing cards or doing whatever. There still is a way to enjoy each other and have fun and not be religious or kingdom, but still have a presence of peace and joy and laughter, because all of that is in the presence of God and comes from the presence of God. And so I just make sure that I'm not rushing or being fussy about anything, because society, like you were touching on, Pastor Tammy, would teach us to eat, go to sleep, then eat some more. It would teach us to rush around for preparations and start rushing around to put up decorations and do all these things and take upon ourselves stress that is never meant to be a part of the holiday. And y'all know, when people hold stress, it comes out in their physical, it manifests physically as well as mentally and emotionally. And so for me, I prepare by deciding that I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid and I'm just going to do what I do. I mean, thank God it's a holiday, but I thank God it's every other day that the Lord has made. And I ain't trying to do anything super extra
Amen.
because I'm just not into stressing about a how people tell me a holiday is to be celebrated. And I'll say this last thing. I told my wife years ago, I was like, look, now she likes certain foods. I and you know, I don't, because I'm on a plant-based diet, but or plant-based food regimen. But here's the thing: even before I switched to the plant-based, I would ask her not to cook the traditional things. I'm like, look, we got some nachos and watch a movie and be good. You know, because again, I didn't want her spending all that time trying to cook something when that's time we could be on that couch, cuddled up, watching the movie or doing whatever. And so our society, especially in the US, we have turned days off into work days, where we the only
Yes.
difference is the work is just shifted. Instead of working in a job or in the business, now we're at home working, cooking and cleaning all day. I mean, what kind of, that's not a rest day. You need a rest day from your rest day if we allow ourselves
That's
to do
right.
things the way society tells us. And so it's okay to be different. It's okay to be kingdom. It's okay to say, look, we ain't doing all that. We ain't gotta do all that today. Just all y'all come over and we gonna eat a little something. You can bring something. We gonna watch some movies and we gonna it's gonna be on and pop it. But it doesn't have to be the stress that people make it out to be.
Yes, it doesn't need to be the stress that people need to make it out to be. And I agree with all of that because, um, in our household, we're pretty much plant based. My husband is, but I still eat like fish and turkey. So this particular season, last season, he did everything plant based. This season, he's doing, a little bit of something half and half now. But I agree with you. I don't know why it's gotten to society standards so much that you see people rushing into the stores. You see people grabbing the stuff for the holidays earlier and these Friday sales, and everybody getting online at 3 o'clock in the morning to a store or going to Cyber Monday. And each day to me is a thankful day, and that day, let's just be together, right? Just let's have some fun. I hear you, Pastor Jamal. Let's just, why is I almost had that similar experience you talked about in terms of childhood. My mom literally would spend all night and all morning cooking for all of us and all the people that are coming. And then at 6 o'clock, when you're ready to eat, she's like, I'm not hungry because I'm tired. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have a situation in my household like that. My husband loves to cook, by the way. So I don't have to worry about that. But I'm just saying, it's just no fun when you have to feel stressed all the time trying to get to the grocery store and fight the people to get all the things, when it's just a day that the Lord has already told you that you're thankful anyway. And this is what I share with my clients too, because that's usually a hard day for a lot of people that are looking to keep their health together and lose weight. I said, you will eat again. This is just one meal. You will eat again. I promise you. So go ahead, Coach Paul. I know you want to jump in on this.
Yeah, no, this is just all good. Everything that everyone is saying, and I'm right there with all of y'all as far as the boundaries piece. But my wife and I placed those boundaries the day we got married. Like from that day, like we don't do drama. Like we don't, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say that to paint this facade, right? Listen, if you don't like me, don't come to my house. Period. Like you don't like my wife, don't come to my house. I mean, you got your own house. You got 4 walls. You got toilet. You got bathroom. You got shower. Yeah, that's your house. This is our house. So we have fought to keep peace in our home. Like we have, that was one thing that we instituted from day one. We do not do drama, period. And so, like this Thanksgiving, we're hanging out, her and I, on Thanksgiving. We're not doing no turkey, no nothing. I made some shredded beef the other day. She's gonna make some little things out of it and make some little hors d'oeuvres. I'm like, cool, not a problem. Saturday, everyone's coming over. We're gonna do some turkey.
Mhm.
I like turkey legs. Don't give me the breast. I don't need all that. Give me the turkey. Just give me one turkey leg. That's all I'm asking, and a little bit of neck bone. Okay. Everybody else, y'all can just give me my piece. Give daddy his piece. That's it. But what I do is, I ain't gonna lie. I work 364 days of working out. I walk every single day. When it come turkey day, this boy eating. Okay. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna enjoy it. However, this year we are doing our first turkey trot. We've never done no turkey trot. It's a 5K. We can
Oh,
either
yeah.
walk or run. And so I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna run as much as I can. And then when my feet start hurting, I'm gonna start walking. And then I'll run a little bit more and I'm gonna be out there turkey trotting. Period. But I don't like, oh no. Give me the sweets. Give me my tamales. Give me my things, because I work hard all year and I'm going to enjoy. Why? Because God has given us every piece of grain, every piece of meat. Now, if y'all don't eat meat, that's cool. Slide it on over this way. I'll put the meat on my nachos. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a reality of understanding that it's okay to have a reward meal. Don't call it a cheat meal. Don't cheat. Give
Yeah,
yourself a
wonderful.
reward. But what I did tell my wife this year, because she normally makes this thing called a pumpkin torte. Now you won't find that anywhere at all. It's a very secret recipe that I got from my very good sister from Ohio. It's this Amish dish, and I don't care where you go, you ain't gonna find it. But my wife got the recipe from her, and she usually makes it every Thanksgiving, because that's my jam. I don't eat pumpkin pie no more because I eat pumpkin torte. This thing is fire. I mean fire. But every year, I'll eat half of that mug. This year, I said, no pumpkin torte. None. I'm not getting fluffy this year. None. If you want to make it, and then give it away to everybody else. Right? Because she loves to bake. So to answer your question, we have set boundaries from day one. This year, it's her and I, because we normally host, and I kind of pointed out to her about 2 or 3 times. I'm like, why don't we just do nothing this year for Thanksgiving? How about me and you just chill, and then everyone can come on Saturday? I said, because it's hard for our kids, because here's what happens. Y'all know this. People are, oh man, I got to go over to so-and-so, and then I got to go over. And by the time they come to the third person's house, they ain't eating your food, and that makes me feel bad. Like, man, I just made all this food and you ain't gonna eat. Somebody better eat this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't staying here. So I said,
Take it with you.
let's
right.
relieve the stress. No. If they don't eat, they ain't taking nothing. You got to eat a little bit here first. That's how we roll my house. Like, no, you can't just come and take. Like, no, man. Like, you got to come and fellowship. So I say that jokingly, but relieve the stress of, I got to go here and I got to drive from Wyoming to Carlton. No, stay home, do your thing, stay in your neighborhood, enjoy your baby, enjoy my grandbaby, because when I see her on Saturday, she's all mine. Period. You follow what I'm saying? So come on Saturday. This way we can eat on Thursday. You know, watch some Marvel, and maybe do some adult things. I'm just saying. And then Friday we just chill, relax, say okay, and then wait for them for Saturday. And that's how we set our boundaries. So that's all I got. This has been so good. I yield the mic.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love what you guys do, Coach Paul, and it just makes me, that turkey trot. They have that here in our town too. I was going to sign up, but then I thought about it. I'm like, I walk every day. And I will be walking again on Thursday. It's not a different day for me. I'm going to be doing my reels or whatever, but I will be walking again. So, but I love the fact that our town has it for whoever wants to do it, and it's a great time to fellowship and be out there with the people and stuff like that. And I believe that's a great idea. I had a friend who I used to swim with. He has six brothers, one sister. Sister passed, but what they would do is rotate the houses because everybody's married, they have kids. So each Thanksgiving would be somebody's different house that they would do. But I like the fact also that, you can pick a different day to do it. You don't have to do it on Thursday. You could do it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or even another week if you wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? The whole idea is that we do find time to spend time with our loved ones and let them know how much we care, even before this day of Thursday. Every day is a day that you have the opportunity to tell someone that you love them. You give them a hug, send them a text, voicemail, email, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we know even in the airports and it's the travel is heavy during this time, and the lanes in terms of driving, the traffic that stresses people out. By the time they get to your house, they are worn out. They are worn out. So I love that idea, Coach Paul. Y'all just chilling. Let everybody come on Saturday, do your thing. Pastor Jamal said him and wifey just going to be snuggling on the couch. And listen, me and my husband into football, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching some football and eating stuff. And I usually during this time of the year, I don't give myself restrictions on what I eat because I like to follow what I usually do every day anyway. So I might eat just a little bit more, but nothing too crazy. So, because, a lot of stuff you usually have it for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anyway. So, unless you give it away. So, but I just love the fact that we're able to come together here today and just share from our heart what we're doing in our lives and how we're honoring, our health, how we're honoring the people in our lives, because that's what we do. That's what we do. Is there anything else anybody wanted to share before we close out? And I want also, before we close out, let people know how they can contact you and get a hold of you for anything they might need. So go ahead. Anybody else have anything else to share?
I just want to say that
okay. Everybody's good.
Can you hear me? I was just going to say, I appreciate all of the nuggets that I heard today. And I think what we're all saying is our focus is more on Thanksgiving and not just the season of Thanksgiving, but living in this space with an attitude of gratitude.
Yes,
and that forgiveness piece, Pastor Jamal, like that forgiveness is a choice and an act of faith. I just think that even in that needs to be our daily walk, and it all equals to kingdom living. For real, that's how we're supposed to. This is how we should live every day. And so I'm just grateful for this opportunity, and also so happy to be here with my friends. I love y'all, and happy living.
Happy living, happy Thanksgiving, right? That's what we're gonna say. Happy Thanksgiving, exactly. So, just let's go around to everyone and let our audience know how they can contact you, because we all got different businesses and different communities that we serve, and I would love for folks to know how they can get a hold of you and how you can serve them. So go ahead, Coach Kim, and then we'll just go around the circle there. Go ahead, Coach Kim.
Well, thanks. Thank you. This conversation is really has me thinking as we move forward. But you can reach me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and nickelsanddimesolutions.com. There I am, and you can find out more information. Thank you.
Awesome. So you can reach me on all social media platforms at TammyRnobles.com. I'm sorry, Tammy R. Nobles. And my website is TammyRnobles.com.
You can reach me on every social media platform at Jamal Maxim, but also go to my website, jamalmaxim.org.
Awesome. You can actually go to lifecoachpaul.com. You can find all of my different things that I got going on there. This has just been a great just an awesome conversation. I just wish all of y'all a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. I love that. You know, Pastor Tammy be getting them little statements out there. So I love it. And you know, just one quick thing. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Just give yourself some grace. You may not be where you expected to be this time of year, right? But you've done the work, and at some point the results are going to come. Kevin Hart said it this way. I just love Kevin Hart. A lot of people don't, but I love the dude because he's just a beast. But he said it this way: success is really showing up 100% every single day and not seeing any results. And then you do it again tomorrow, and then you do it again the next day, and then you do it again the next day, and then you do it again the next day until it works. And so just keep doing that, because at some point you will get the six pack. At some point you will get the swollenness. At some point you are going to look on that scale and say, holy, I'm down 6 pounds. That's 6 pounds that you worked hard for. So give yourself some grace. Enjoy a little bit of turkey food. And with that, I love y'all. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And thank you so much, Coach T and Coach Kim, for allowing me to speak. And that's all I got for now.
Oh, thank you all for being here. You're my family, and I just love having this opportunity that we can be together and share with people from our heart what we're doing and how our lives are going. And you guys can definitely reach me on the 3 channels, which is Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And livinglovingyouwell.com is my website to find out what I'm doing and how I can serve you. And I want to thank my friends and my family again for our Thanksgiving this week. And that everybody be well, and that everyone, you know, continues to prosper as we do. And I just love you guys all. So we want to tell everybody in the audience, thank you so much for being with us today. We're going to close out, and we'll see you guys again. I'm sure we're going to have another party probably next week if I can pull this off again. So bye-bye, everyone. Talk to you guys soon. And then now.